Hi there, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a reading about the new moon. I feel very connected to the moon cycles, like a lot of us. This one felt even stronger. I don't typically do new moon or full moon readings unless it just like calls to me. And there was something about this one that I knew I needed to talk about. So, and I think it's because Mercury is in retrograde at the same time. And so I was just doing a little bit of research on the energy of the new moon. This one's in Sagittarius. And one of the websites that I came across, I'll put a link for it down in the box below. It's called the Dark Pixie Astrology. What she said about it makes so much sense for a lot of things that I have going on in my life and other people that I've seen, some of my friends. And so I just wanted to talk to you about it. So the post on the Dark Pixie Astrology, I got through this whole reading and I got in such a flow that I forgot to do this part of it, but I really did want to read to you what it is that I found on this website. The month of December kicks off with a new moon in optimistic Sagittarius on the 1st. And this is usually a great new moon where we're focused on new opportunities, new experiences, and open to expansion and exploration. But this new moon comes with Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius. A body in astrology is called retrograde when it appears to be moving backward through the zodiac. And this can throw things off. Since Mercury is retrograde in the same sign as the new moon, we may not be focused on anything new and instead want to take second chances. Retrogrades are times for do-overs, and when we have a new moon alongside one, this is an excellent time to take a second chance and do things over again. We can focus on something we tried but failed at, we started but didn't finish, or we didn't get off of the ground for some reason. With Sagittarius, this might be a big idea, something that would expand some part of our lives, or an experience we had that we can pursue again and learn more from. This is a great time to relearn something we've forgotten or need to hone in on, as well as to teach something we have before, or to do some writing and revising. We can also travel to somewhere we've been to before and want to see again, though do keep in mind travel in general might be a little challenging. So that was the energy that really kind of launched all of this, tuning into this information that I've already done, but is coming right after this. It even goes right along with the cards that came out today. There's this Nine of Pentacles, really feeling confident and secure and really, like a lot of times this is about being single. It's also being about an entrepreneur sometimes, though I more feel it connected to this wheel card that's right next to it. The wheel. And this is how it was sitting on the desk too. It's like she's looking on at the wheel, and the wheel a lot of times is karma and universal energy and what fate and however you manifest, but however you connect with the role of the universe in your life or source in your life. And she's kind of looking towards that energy in order to like partner with her. So it's like she's single, but she's also partnered. It's like she feels good being single. She feels good on her own. And yet there is still this openness to partnering with something that allows her to feel that way, this confidence in herself, and yet still be partnered with another force, whether that's a human being or the universe or both. And I feel like her opening herself up to, and like obviously take it however it resonates for you. I'm just saying her because it's a woman on the card. But it could be a him, however, just move those characters around however it resonates for you. And it could be that you're looking at this like as someone else's energy. So she's looking to, I just heard the gods of karma, to show her something about herself. I've been getting the message recently too about healing your relationship to power. I'm going to get into that here in a second, but I do feel like this time period, this new moon, along with Mercury retrograde, is giving us a chance to call back some of our power that we've given away. And what does that even mean, really? People say that all the time, but what does that mean? What power really means to you and how you've given it away to other people. It's like she's looking to the universe for answers in a way that she never has before, because there's only so much that you can do on your own. There's only so grounded that you can be without a like spiritual life force. It's like she's looking back to the spirit, and what does spirit mean to her, and how does that move her, and how do you partner with it? And I feel like she's also witnessing the way that karma, fate, karmic energies, karma can be good, it can be bad, it can be aligned, it can be unaligned, but it's meant to show you something. I feel like the wheel is like turning backwards because of Mercury retrograde. A retrograde energy it appears to be moving backwards, even though it's actually moving forwards. And it gives you the opportunity to revisit something, to look back at something again. And what does that mean? That means that it could be that someone comes back into your life from the past, or someone calls you, or you have like the same situation happen again. It's almost like deja vu, like with the same person, or maybe even a different person, but like they say the exact same thing. The Wheel of Fortune, the energies that are happening right now, the universal forces are giving you the opportunity to make a different choice. This one is about, This one is about choices. This is also about confusion within those choices, like really being confused because there's so many choices. And for me, a lot of this is like subconscious energy too. Some of these cups are like subconscious energy. So you almost go into like, what's the term that they're trying to get me to say? This, analysis paralysis, where there's so many options and there's so many different voices going on from all different places. Like there's conscious thought, and then there's subconscious thought, and there's all these like, I don't know, inner child voices, and could be even friends that are offering you opinions, offering you their perspective, and it just becomes this, just like, I can't even make a decision. And what you end up doing is making an overwhelmed or a frazzled, or you lean towards making a decision based off of like what feels good in the moment. It's in reverse though, and I feel like karma, this time period, this to me looks a lot like Mercury retrograde, this wheel here. It's almost like I can see him turning this backwards. You have the opportunity to look at a situation again. Look at the way you made a decision in the past and make it differently. I feel like you're being given a different perspective now. And it's like a replay of the same situation, the same thing that happened, giving you the chance to make a new decision. And so what I wrote down was being given a second chance to make a different decision in order to manifest the things that you want. So that's bringing in the energy of the new moon. So she's sitting here looking out into the universe, asking for the things that she wants, setting goals, like really in her heart, like wanting certain things to manifest in her life. She is sending out the energy of that to the universe, manifesting, putting her intentions. This Mercury retrograde is giving us the opportunity to make a new decision in an old situation in order to manifest these things that you have goals towards. It's like you've set all these goals, you have all of these dreams, you have all of these desires for yourself. A decision that you made in the past was based off of fear. It was based off of limitation or like an old wounding pattern. And it's one of those things that stops you from stepping onto the path of achieving those things for yourself. Like it's dependent on another person or whatever it is. You're being given the opportunity to see where you made a decision that limited you, that came from a limiting belief. So you chose this option. That's the Seven of Cups. There's so many different options. You chose that option based off of a limiting belief. So maybe you have all of these desires, maybe you have all of these dreams and goals that you want to manifest. But there's a limiting belief that says, I don't deserve those, or it's not possible for me, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not good enough. It really seems very cliche, the I'm not good enough, because that's a typical one. But it feels pretty strongly that I'm not good enough. And so that limiting belief made you choose an option that then kind of reiterated and proved in a roundabout way, like they then did not accept you for who you were, or that job recruited you and you get there and everything that you're doing, you're being totally yourself, and they just want more from you, and they want more, and they want more, and they want more. What they're really tuned into is the people pleaser. And so what they really like about you is the fact that you are an overgiver. So this decision that you made in the past was based off of the people pleaser in you who overgave in order to, because of a belief that I'm not good enough, and so I have to do, and I have to do, and I have to do, and I have to sacrifice parts of myself in order to receive love, money, validation, whatever it is, from someone else, from a job, from a relationship, whatever, in order to feel confident in myself and to feel like I belong and to receive validation. And at the end of the day, it's never enough. It's not good enough. That choice, that person, that job, that situation, whatever that is that's coming back around. That was their role, was to show you the limiting belief inside of you that said, I'm not good enough. That's their role. They come back around again, that's going to be their role again. That's what they're supposed to show you. So if they come back around again, that job, that boss comes back around again and says, I need you to complete this project, or I need you to work on this holiday, or I know I told you that I was going to give you this, but I really need you to do this right over here. You're being given the opportunity to reprogram that limiting belief that says I'm not good enough and say, I deserve better. There's another opportunity over here. There's another opportunity. There's another choice. And it's like that same scenario. Make a different choice. There's something in your body that draws you to say yes, to be the yes man. There's something in your body. It's sitting in your body. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day too. I can see this for myself too. There's this, it's wounding that's stored in your body somewhere. So you got to find it in your body, because the charge of that wounding is what draws you to this person, and it's what drew them to you. People pleasers attract people to them who crave being pleased. Is it reciprocated? Not usually. In a half-assed kind of way, but it is going to be self-serving for them, usually all the time. They are not aware of their patterns. They are not aware of the way that they take. It's just their conditioning. That's why they're a boss, actually. That's why they're in a position of authority, or whatever it is. Or like, where's the pants in the relationship, or something like that. Okay? So, you're being given a second chance to make a different decision in order to, and this is giving you the opportunity to actually manifest the things that you want. So, it's important for you to go back and I even sit down and I used to, every single day, I had this whole spiritual practice. That's another thing you need to get back into is re-examining your spiritual practice and how you got away from it and why you got away from it and get back to it again. After I would go for my walk first thing in the morning, I'd come back and write down all the things that I'm grateful for and then write down my dreams and my goals. Got away from that for a while. And so I sat down and I did that again this morning. And I even looked back on some of the ones that were there before. And some of the goals that I had months ago have come to fruition. And so it was really satisfying. I kind of like checked them off the list. And it was really satisfying. And I also had pretty much been repeating the same ones every single day. And I got the chance to add some new ones now, to revise ones that I had before. Some of the goals that I had set for myself were based off of limitation and lack and were very big goals that at the end of the day, I thought that they were out of reach ever. So I went back and I revised them. I was given the opportunity to do that. So it's also important that you get clear about what it is that you want. What is it that you want? What are you manifesting? What are your goals? What are your dreams? But also keep yourself open to this collaborative relationship between you and the universe, you and the spiritual source, however you look at it. Set your intention for the things that you want and then surrender to or something better. So I want this thing. I have these goals in mind. Or something better that you can imagine that I can't even imagine. Because there are limiting beliefs that kind of hold me back from even imagining them. From imagining a better possibility. Surrender to that co-creative relationship. And then take the opportunity to take back your power. What is power to you? Power, to me, is freedom in some kind of way. Free yourself. And the way that I operate as a healer, freeing your mind of subconscious beliefs that dictate and create your life for you. Taking back your power is locating those limiting beliefs and shifting them. Because your thoughts create things. Your thoughts create the world around you. And at all times, you're going to be creating, whether it's from a conscious place or a subconscious place. So if subconsciously you are creating situations that show you, I'm not good enough, sometimes what you're going to do is blame the other people. And again, you're just giving your power away to those people as if they're creating your life. You called them into your life. So you take your power back. You free yourself from the chains that other people hold on you. If you think that your happiness, your life is dependent on this other person's opinion or validation or involvement in your life, or them changing, or them apologizing, or them doing something different. You take your power back by understanding the way that manifestation works, the way that your life is created through your own thoughts. So witness. You're being given a second chance to witness a situation, like in a detached place. You're like, oh my gosh, this is deja vu. This happened before. This happened once before. I get to do things differently. This person is showing me that I'm not good enough. But I get to choose. I get to choose what's reflected around me. I get to choose what I pay attention to. Am I going to entertain this person that I thought I had this connection with, this Am I going to entertain this old story? Because that story was based around, I'm not good enough. I get to choose. You get to choose what it is that you witness around you. And so take it as a learning opportunity and use that to manifest in this new moon. So be very clear about the things that you want moving forward. Just as an example, one of the goals or one of the dreams that I have for myself is a divine partnership, a really conscious, self-aware relationship that is collaborative, that's peaceful, that feels safe. And I have other details in there too. But at the end of the day, I think when I was writing that, I didn't really understand what safety meant to me. It was just almost like this. I don't know. It was something in my body that felt safe. But I think back then, safe was what I had always known. And what I had always known was chaos. And so there was this conflicting tenets in the relationship. I wanted something peaceful, but I also wanted safe. And there was this limiting belief that said that chaos was safe. What I've realized and learned from in this new moon, the energy leading up to this, is that safety to me feels like consistency. Peace feels like consistency. Consistency, communication, connection. You can't manifest a relationship that, I don't know, is sustainable, that will endure, if you don't understand the tenets that you have about a relationship. What is it that makes a relationship? What are the deal breakers? What are the non-negotiables? And when you have a non-negotiable, what energy is that based off of? I also have the desire to constantly be growing and constantly be expanding and being open to or something better, or a tenant that will suit me better, or safety to me is power too, but it's freedom. Safety feels like this expansive kind of energy, to be me, to be free, to be me. And that is fostered, that is revered. And it's yeah, let's do that more. So this time period is an opportunity to take back your power. And if you don't know what that means, really sit with, what does power mean to you? And I believe that freedom is what gives me power. Freedom from limiting beliefs. Freedom to be me. Without fear, without attachment, without the patterns of wounding. So freedom from the wounding that makes me make decisions based off of lack. Freedom from those limiting beliefs. So for some of you, there is a limiting belief here that you are right on the verge of seeing, and you're given a second chance. You're being given a second chance. Now, I had done a daily tarot. I think it's the last one that I posted. And the title was Second Chance. But if you don't see the limiting belief that's there, that this other person or this job or your boss or whatever the situation is for you, whatever it is for you, I would love for you to comment down below. And it could be, like, keep your mind open to what that situation is. I'm just using two scenarios. I'm talking about relationship, and I'm talking about, could be in friendships too. It is about healing the people pleaser, being an overgiver, and being given the opportunity to create a boundary that says, I deserve better. That's based off of who I used to be, this overgiver that felt like they needed to earn love or validation or whatever. You're being given. So I'm just like, as it got silent for a second there, all I'm hearing is the ticking of this clock right next to me. There's another video that I did too that was talking about like being stuck in time. Not being stuck in an old pattern. In order to manifest the things that you want moving forward, it's important for you to use this retrograde to look back at this pattern that is holding you back from receiving those things. You have a little bit of armor around you that stops you from receiving. So giving, overgiving, being a people pleaser made you feel safe because you got to choose what, and you were kind of in control of the flow of like what was happening. But then when it came to those times where it was like, well, I need something now. I feel like I'm giving. I feel so depleted. I need something back. They don't have anything to give. It's not the purpose of the relationship. That's not the purpose of the partnership, whatever it is. And so you're left in an unreciprocated situation. It's like one way. It's very imbalanced. This is a real opportunity for you. Okay? This is really happening in the next couple of days. The energy of this new moon, it's been building. There's been a situation that's been building for a while now. And in the next couple of days, this is going to play out. Just remember to witness what's happening around you. What is the limiting belief that they are reflecting to you? How do they make you feel? Listen to your body. Your body is telling you something. They're not making you feel it. They're reflecting what you already feel. What are they reflecting? So look at how you feel when you're around them, or when you're even just like thinking about them or accessing a certain energy about them. Maybe you just see their picture or something like that. That was my situation. How do they make you feel? Listen to that emotion, because it is an indicator of what that limiting belief is. That person makes me feel not good enough. So the limiting belief is, I'm not good enough. That person makes me feel unsafe. So the limiting belief is, I'm not safe. That person makes me feel like I'm helpless. They make me feel like a victim. So the limiting belief is, I'm a victim. If you want to dig into that for your situation and you can't see what that is for yourself, bring it to me. Bring it. And we'll do a private session and we'll dig into it and help you to manifest your goals based off of, after we get through this choice that needs to be made, or, finding this limiting belief and reprogramming it. Okay? This is a real opportunity to free yourself. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Okay? All my information is down in the box below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all new videos that I might have coming out. There was something else here. Hang on. There's something else here. There's something about lying. There's something about either someone is lying to you, or you're lying to yourself, or both. Like they're mirroring to you how you're lying to yourself. And it probably has to do with that that limiting belief, but looking at like what lies was I told when I was growing up or whatever, that I need to hide myself, or I need to consider everybody else before myself, or a relationship is this, or something like that. What lies was I told? That you have to hide who you are, you have to hide who you love, that emotions are bad, your intuition is wrong. There's something that your intuition is screaming to you about right now that we really need to pay attention to, okay? It's so important. Okay? All right. Love you guys.